Good afternoon from my side, and good morning and good evening to everyone present here. Thank you very much for the opportunity to just give you guys an idea of what we've been doing in the past and recently. Give you a little bit of overview of our plans for 2024. So some of the slides you will see is very similar to the slides that we presented at the 9th Global Meeting at the end of the year last year, but I will be going quickly over them and then focus a little bit longer on the new information. We were founded by Stellenbosch University, Namibian University of Science and Technology, Cape Peninsula University of Technology, and Angola National Office of Space Affairs. We're a little bit different as a chapter than most of the others because we're spanning 3 countries. The reason for this was that both Angola and Namibia only had a single institutions each, and to create a chapter we needed the multiple institutions to work together. However, this also gave us an opportunity to create an organization where we do have a joint goal, and this will allow us as separate institutions all to collaborate closer as well. And then later on, we had more universities join, University of Cape Town in South Africa, Nelson Mandela University in South Africa, and then towards the end of last year, Botswana International University of Science and Technology. We've got quite a long history with UNISEC-Global. We're actually part of UNISEC before UNISEC, or just as UNISEC-Global was started. And we were one of the 12 original chapters that were created in 2014. We've been to all of the UNIGLO meetings since that time. We've also been to many of the CLTP events with the names listed there. And we've also hosted 2 HeptaSat, one with the UN workshop in 2017, and then a co-hosted version of HeptaSat last year here at Stellenbosch. We've had student teams in MIC from MIC1, MIC2, MIC3, Device Deorbit Competitions 1 and 2, MIC5, and MIC8. Yes, we do have a team at MIC9, and I'll get to that towards the last slide. So a little bit about the activities of CPUT at the moment. They are hosting the Pan-African University Institute for Space Sciences. They offer masters in satellite systems and applications, as well as masters in research and doctorate in research in electrical engineering. Their research focuses mainly on marine protection services and governance with the use of satellites, and they've got research activities in top surface sea plastic detection using satellite images is one of the current projects that they're running. They recently had a change of the guard at CPUT, so there's the new head of the satellite activities at CPUT, Professor Ino Davidson, and they now are regrouping and taking on new challenging projects in the space sector. Nelson Mandela University has been working in the space sector for quite a long time, but they've only recently started joining in UNISEC activities, and we hope to also expand the activities on their side in terms of space systems and space engineering. At Stellenbosch, we've been active in space for a long time, for over 30 years. We offer Masters in Research, PhD in Satellite Systems. Our focus is on satellite hardware, control systems, radiation effects testing. And a lot of our graduates have been not only part of, but also founding members of many of the local industries in space and nanosatellite in the area around Stellenbosch and Somerset West. Looking at Stellenbosch, the university current activities, we are working on a conceptual mission called DocSat, and we've had quite a few papers and accolades for that project. The idea there is to demonstrate in orbit undocking and docking of small satellites And there we're looking at propulsion, at accurate altitude control, nose estimation, custom docking mechanisms. And of course, through doing these projects, we are producing masters and PhD students as well. We also recently started working in with pocket cubes. So I know, Ray, from your side, originally CLTP was the CANSAT trainer leading program, and later it became the CubeSat leader training program. And if pocket cubes are going to expand as they have the potential to, you might have to change that name to PLTP for the pocket cube leader training program. But we will see how that progresses. At the moment, it's a very hot topic. This is a smaller satellite form factor, and the CubeSat, it's half dimensions, so it's a 5 by 5 by 5 centimeter unit. But being a smaller, simpler system, this gives us a good opportunity to teach students at undergraduate level. When you get to a full CubeSat system, it can be a bit more complex and might take too long to develop for an undergraduate project. But the pocket cubes are ideally sized for this. So we had quite a few undergrad students, 5 of them last year, working on pocket cubes, developing various subsystems. We've also started developing short courses in the last few years. It's been very successful. We focus on satellite mission design at the moment. And we also get in industry experts to present at these courses. The main market for these courses are actually industry participants, and we've trained over 60 participants from industry, and these are mostly engineers from industry on satellite mission design. Some news on the recent UNISEC-Global activity. This is mainly in 2023. So we had one participant at CLPT 12. We hosted a Heptasat training course in October here in Stellenbosch. And then the newest news, I said I will talk about the MIG-8 results, as I must congratulate our student team that got second place there. So it was a big effort from their side. Then this is the slide where I'm want to focus on a little bit more. This is our 2024 goals. We've gone in South Africa and specifically with the UNISEC through ups and downs in terms of members, in terms of satellite activity that started up and then stopped because people moved overseas or funding changed or projects stopped. So it's sometimes a challenge to be sustainable and to continue. And it's easy to do a first big project and you've got all the energy and the money and you run with it and everybody's happy and it's a great success. But to then be sustainable after that project ends, that's a big challenge. So that's one of the things that we've been working towards, is to also try to tackle new projects and new activities in such a way that we try and ensure sustainability in them. So the first thing that we're going to do is to continue with the stuff that we know works. So we will continue with our successful activities, which is short courses. Our international participations in competitions like MIC has been very successful, and we see the positive effect that it has on our students. So we will continue doing that. And of course, we feel very strongly that we can't train engineers in satellite or space engineering if they're not working on space or satellite projects. So we will continue doing projects, whether those projects end up launching. That is great if we can get to that point. But we'll be doing satellite projects even if we can't finish them, because it's still the best training ground for students. Then we're going to try and expand some of our activities. One of those options is to establish a local UNISEC forum, which is aimed to bring together the members of UNISEC-SAR as well as our neighbors, so that we can have a more up-to-date and more collaborative environment for the local space sector, and specifically the academic sector. Secondly, we want to improve active collaboration between members. It's one thing to say, yes, we're collaborating and we're talking one or two things every now and then. But we want to have more active projects with students being active in those projects. So between many of us in different universities, we've started discussions. And over the last 2 months, we have been creating, drafting the first versions of collaborative projects that would involve Stellenbosch, CPUT, UKZN, which is a new player to the field. They focus more on rocketry. Nelson Mandela University, and very importantly also the South African Space Agency. So there's some projects that we're busy working on, trying to draft and working on proposals. So hopefully in the near future we'll be able to confirm some of those projects and then also announce that to you guys. The next thing is to also improve collaboration with local industry and government. It's one thing to say that we as universities try to work together and try to do projects and train students, but we also need a place where their students can go and work. We need to ensure that we are providing the skills and training the students in such a way that they can be integrated into industry. So it's very important that we improve the collaboration between us and industry so that the industry knows what they can expect from our students and that we know the skills that we need to train our students so that they can be successful in industry. It also goes further than that because it allows us to do proposals where we have industry partners in projects, and it's sometimes difficult to get that done because the timelines for universities and timelines for industry aren't always compatible. Industry tends to run much faster in the development of technology and projects than the university sometimes can, mainly due to the limited manpower that we have at university to be able to do certain things very quickly. But we'll be working on that to try and develop projects where we can work together, and also to get government involved more, specifically in the satellite engineering and space engineering side of development. And then finally, one of the big goals we have on 2024 is the successful hosting of UNISEC-Global activities, which is the 10th UNISEC-Global meeting, the 13th Nanosatellite Symposium, and hopefully the 9th MIC or workshop for MIC. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that voted for us and selected us to be the host this year. We will be having the event from the 25th to the 29th of November, and it will be either here directly in Stellenbosch or in Somerset West, which is just 10 kilometers from here. It just depends on the availability of certain venues, but for either option, we will have access to local industry as well. So we hope to have some tours to local industry, some interesting social events around the academic and global meeting activities. So we hope to see all of you there. And then this is just a slide to, if you're going to plan to come, I would advise you, if at all possible, try to book a week before or a week after as well, so that you have some time to go and do some activities in the area. There's a lot of stuff to do, and it's this time of year, it's really fun. A lot of sun, a lot of options to go and enjoy the environment. So thank you very much. That's the story from my side. And I wish all of you a very happy and very successful 2024. Thank you.